When I left my past relationship that I was in with a narcissist, I was in like a pretty disheveled place, but I also had a lot of optimism. And I also viewed life in this way because when I left, I didn't have anywhere to go, right? I viewed life in this way where I had optimism, but I also recognized that I was in a place that I could not stay. I couldn't I couldn't stay out on the street. I couldn't give up on life because it felt like everybody gave up on me. I had to figure out a way to come up again, get out of the hole that I took responsibility for allowing myself to get into. And I fought for me. I went through the many hard days and I made it through. I just made it through a lot. And in that season of my life, I needed me for me. And yeah, I went through a lot of pain and a lot of betrayal. I don't know if I ever spoke about it here, but what I found out that person had done behind my back with a friend of mine, it was the first time in my life that I ever heard myself weep. I've been heartbroken in the past. I've went through certain things, but I have never in my life wept. I let out a sound that I had never heard before. And my heart hurt in a way that I had never felt. And it changed me. It did. But in choosing myself and leaving and going through the journey of loving me again, finding myself again, as much as it seemed like it was a letdown, it was a blessing that I was given opportunity to find myself and re-raise myself in the areas that I had been broken, and to be re-raised in those areas with God. Because not even because I just took a very deep dive into like my inner child and the places I needed to feel loved and accepted for who I am. And I couldn't care about outside perspectives. I couldn't care about what everybody else was doing and what may have been expected of me. I had to regrow myself as if somebody had like stomped my rose out. Like I had to like regrow myself because I had let myself get so low. I have a story on here like with saved videos, and like I had a lot happen to me. And I just had to go ahead and figure out how to love me again. And I did. And like anybody that has walked away from a narcissist, or maybe even in a narcissistic relationship that God may lead to watch this video or hear my story, the heartache you feel is far less important than the weight you feel lifted off of you when you finally let someone like that go. And I didn't just let that person go. I let go of everybody who didn't do right by me or who didn't really care about me. Because I did reach for help first, but now I understand why God may have put it in certain people's hearts not to help, because I would have been robbed of a journey that was so rewarding. And what it helped me find that the trade-off just wouldn't have been worth it, although I do believe that God is able, so he would have been able to still help me with my journey, but it would have been influences in it that he didn't necessarily need, because it was so so personal and also so important. So I also was very secluded. I didn't let people get close to me because I was so fragile. I was in such a place where I just needed me for me, and I needed to be able to show my vulnerability and be the only one there to have the ability to touch that vulnerability. And from the outside looking in, which doesn't even matter, I can't even imagine how the perceptions of me that certain people with malicious intent utilize my solitude and my healing journey and weaponized it against me in ways that were not fair. But when you have dealt with somebody that's so broken, it doesn't surprise you when they still show up in their brokenness. And whatever wound got them to that level of brokenness, when it festers into something that pushes you into a place of victimization in many ways, it doesn't necessarily surprise you. It honestly puts you in a place where you ask God to fully just step in and take over the situation, because some people are just damaged to a point where you don't know what. You understand? You got to leave it that way. And I still need to be enough for me. I just, I truly love the life that I've cultivated for myself. There has been like a hand in trying to destroy that for me by said person and said person's connections, which I didn't deserve, because I built my life up on my own. I went through the hardships. I struggled. I was freezing. I've been hot. I was alone. I went through just a lot. To have worked really hard for something and it be like basically kind of like taken from you. It's like it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to perceive. At the same time as a heartbreak, at the same time as a life-changing event, at the same time as separation from those you knew. And then I was so young, and I was in New York City by myself. And it was a lot. But I had optimism and trust in God that it was possible. I remember how I used to pray to God and ask him, like, is healing even possible from this point? Or like, am I too broken? And I just got several signs of like just reassurance that it was possible, and it was possible. And it's another reason why I fight for myself so much. I fight for my life so much because I worked really hard. I'm responsible for me. God is responsible for me. He worked hard on me too, and I just I won't be giving this up for nobody. I'm happy with life. I'm happy to be here. And I'm not going to let a broken person or broken people destroy that. I'm not going to give up. I have to keep going. I have to see this thing through. I've developed myself so well. I'm so proud of me. I'm proud of the hills I've climbed. I'm proud of the journey that I'm taking. I'm proud of making it through every adversity. Like, I've made it, and I'm not gonna allow no one to take it from me. I will fight tooth and nail to protect what God has done in me and has given me. I'm passionate about me. I love me. I support me. I go and do the hard things to make sure that I'm okay at the end of the day. God has made me enough for me. And I just won't be letting nobody take that from me. I don't care what the circumstances are. I work too hard. I think the way that I would like to close this out, and I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts, is just healing is possible. And other people aren't your end all be all. Life can be beautiful in solitude if you just let God show you it. Don't be afraid to take the hard way, because sometimes the hard way is the only way, or else you just sit there and forget about you, and you're stuck in this body for the rest of your life. So take care of it. Fight for yourself and do what you got to do. Sitting out there and not working is hard. So at least let it be hard